Hey, it's James from Finney Electrical. On today's video, this is how we install invisible cables. Let's get into this. Just down at a company called Click-Through Digital, so they've built this little studio for their cooking clients, which is pretty cool. So brand new little setup. So what we've got to do today then is get some power in for these above worktop sockets. So they basically built this kitchen and then they decided not to put some power in at the same time, which would have been handy, wouldn't it? So currently we've got to go add 4 sockets, which should be interesting. So here's what we're going to do. We've got power in the back of this unit up here, which is handy. So it means we can get access to the ring. We're going to extend the ring. We'll have to pull this oven out then. And then what we're thinking is put in some maybe YT4 across here and across there, all the way to the end. So you won't really see it, it'll just look like a trim. And then hopefully we'll be able to get a socket in the middle of here, like in the middle, socket in the middle of here, in the middle, and the socket in the middle of this section, all wired from fishing up the wall, which would be a shot and a half. So what I'm going to do is probably just mark out the socket, do a 20mm hole, and see if we can fish up to a hole up here which would land within the trunking. So that's the idea. We're about to kind of put the trunking up, fish from the trunking down through the sockets, because it's quite a hollow wall that, so I think that'll go in there. This side seems a bit more dot and dabby, so we might not be able to do that one, but I'm hoping we can fish it in. So let's see how that gets on. Just 3 sockets go in there, and then what we're going to do then is send just a radial up along. I'm going to have to probably jump on top of the beam so you don't see it. Well, you're going to see it, aren't you? What to do? We might put a bit of trunking from there to there, but then it'll clash with this. So you can't win, can you? So, yeah, I think we're going to have to just do that. Just tack it up there, come along, and then you'll just see a little cable coming down there. And then we'll have to come through the cupboard then, which is, what do you think? Straight down the middle maybe, with a bit of YT, get some trunk in there from top to bottom, and then underneath then we'll have to do the same job here maybe try and fish it. Maybe if we drill at an angle into the wall here, we might be able to fish it from there down to your socket there. There we go, we've come up with a plan. So now I've seen the job, we're going to have to go out and get some bits, and we might get a little cheeky Greggs. What do you think? It's a shame this isn't live. We could have a little poll. Do we have Greggs or do we not? You decide. Right, let's get these sockets marked out then, whilst we're waiting for the traffic to die down then. So easiest way for this then, if you want to go up middle of that cupboard, and we've got a nice little plane we can run off. Just measure from there to that crack then. So we've got 4 row 2, something like that then. And then we'll come down here, pick a height for the socket, and that's where it'll be going. Right, we've got no wall to go off here, so what we're going to have to do is mark up for the centre then. Then we're going to get trusty Neville and get us a level line down. Beautiful. That's all we need then. So that T there, that's your bottom of your socket, and that's the centre. So when we get the box out, we're going to offer that up to there, try around the box. If this fails, we're going to have to make this surface. So this will end up with a surface piece of trunking down. So if any of these fail, we'll have to swap them onto surface boxes so they all look the same. Because that's what they want. So what we'll end up doing is probably cutting like a 20mm hole out and see if we can fish up first. If it fishes well and we can get his fingers in there, make sure a box could go in there, we'll basically we'll then make them all flush. If it fails, then yeah, it's gonna have to be all surface, unfortunately. So I think that's all we need for this job then. So I'm just gonna mark up, measure out for how much conduit we need essentially. So it's gonna be a YT2 or SA2 for sticky back. No, SA4 it's called. So it's like that fat. So I need to get that length measurement and an internal bend. That length measurement. T's, so you can get like a little T piece that clips in. So it'll be 1, 2, 3 T's, and we might just get a length of YT2, which is like this wide, sticky again, And that's all she wrote then. Then we'll need we'll need 4 surface boxes then, 4 sockets, and then 4 Plastifix and 4 metal, just in case the depth is not much deep in here and you won't be able to get a Plastifix box in, will you? So there we go, that's me thinking. So it's all RCD protected, so we don't need to worry about all that. And that's it then. So maybe a bit of 2.5, I need to pick up some 2.5 as well. So let's get that on a list and we'll get to the wholesalers. And we got the Gregs. Oh, cannot wait. It's gotta be a little latte. Oh, that's hot. Pick you up for the day. Oh yeah. Look at that, that's proper bacon there, isn't it? It goes all caramelised and that. Not as floppy bacon. Can't do with floppy bacon. Beautiful. Mmm. There we go. So this place, it's like an office block. They've got like a nursery as well, which is pretty cool. So you can drop your kids off where you work. And look, where's your kiddo? Where's your kiddo? Hello. We've got goats, we've got llamas, and the kids get to see the farm. Hello. Oh, it smells good. There's a nice little cafe behind us. So I might nip there for lunch. I should have got picked up that festive bake. It's going to cost me a fortune. Yeah, nice little offices these, aren't they? Imagine working here every day. Nice part of the world. You're right, and the fun begins then. So we've got this cable out. So I'll rest that on there so it don't scratch anything. What else we've got? Right, so what we're going to do then, drill a hole in the centre of this box. We'll just get those marked out. The surface box should cover a metal box from memory. If we draw around that, even if we fail at trying to fish it down the wall, you're not going to see the drawing around bit. So let's get this marked up then. So we're going to offer that up to the centre there. Get it draw around, get it level obviously. Then we're going to get his trunk in then, which is going to go over through here anyway. So we'll get that offered up, get him stuck on, screwed in, and then we'll have to drill in the middle of the trunk in and see if we can fish it down. So we should be able to get like a 20mm or 25 to make it super easy. Now that's an interesting one. Never seen a cupboard door flap up like that before. So we're taking this little bad boy off just because we're going to struggle if not. Yeah, so the oven's been wired the flex straight into this cooker outlet, which means we can't pull it away very far, so I have to drop this then. Just have a look. I have to take this little closer off, I think. And that means we can drop his oven. We'll have to get some boxes onto the floor for it to sit on. Right then. So we'll have to pull this out, drop it onto a platform so it don't scratch the floor. And then when we drill through here, we should be able to see it behind here. And then we can route his cables up across to this one down here. We'll just do that as a radial, just so it's less messy. And then we'll extend the ring here, if you look. That's just 2 cables coming in from the ring, there's 2 there. So we'll take one of them and we'll extend it to do socket, 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 and the cable coming back, we'll reconnect that in, and then obviously that radial going round. That is the plan. Polystyrene. And we're going to be able to do it. Right, let's get this installed then. So we get this from there to there, and then we'll have to use this depth then to drill a hole through. Absolute beautiful cut. Look at that precision. There we go, that lines up perfectly then. And that one there. Just going to have to sit below them screws then. It's going to sit there, doesn't it? Fortunately, but you won't see it from up here, look. Hey. Right then, so that's where we'll drill through into that cupboard. So we said mark that out, and then try and fish down the wall. That's me fishing. Because because we've got it in, look at that. So that's the top bit where it'll get hidden with the trunking. That is the bottom. But yeah, it took some doing that, so we'll just get them all fished first. And then if they all fish, then we can get trunking up and we can do what we want to do. If not, which is the second option, which will not look as good, we'll have to just go trunking across, little T-piece down, surface socket, boo-hoo. But we'll try and do a good job for him. Even though it's taking twice as long, but that's what you got to do to be the best, eh? Another one bites the dust. So we've got this one then. So that has fished from there to there. It's a bit, you can see, it's not just a big hollow void like this one. It's just dot and dab onto a breeze wall, but it does go up. Let's see if the last one will do it. Let's try and get this out. Right, here's the shot then. So I managed to chip a bit out and I can get my finger up slightly. I'm hoping we can drill down on here. Obviously there'll be a piece of trunking coming inside this cupboard. Get this drilled out. And that's wall now. I'm keeping this profile, the trunking should cover this. Just got to drill down at an angle. Bits flying out of here. Hopefully we'll get the cable down there. That will be a result. Now look at it for invisible cables. Look at that. It's like it's wireless, isn't it? Hey, that should be the intro, shouldn't it? What do you think? Let's try it out. This is how we install invisible cables. Yeah, we'll have that as the start then. What do you think? So yeah, that cable's gone in there and that's popped out here. Look at that. And you can't even see them. Definitely invisible. Right, a bit of conduit time now then. So we're going to get these installed. So we'll do this last one last. So this is your radial. We've just got enough for one cable to go up, clip along the top, and then disappear into that circuit there. We're going to have to get a piece of trunking up there, and it's going to have to come along the ceiling and up because of that beam at the back. So I'm thinking of putting a piece from there to meet this post on this side. So it'll be one straight piece up, and then that way you won't know it's there. It just looks part of the cupboard. There we go, that's how we do it, see? Beautiful. So this should fish down to below again. If it does, I'd be a bit annoyed because it's gone once before. In fact, we're going to get a metal box in here. So I'm going to chop this out fully, get a metal box in, little grommet, get your cable in then. Come on, me Julie. Yes. That'll do. I can't get any more down. That'll do. Perfect. That's how we do it. Right, one down then, so we've just got to get this cable then clips along around to this connection here, and then we can start on the rest of them. So it does mean we can get flush sockets, which is pretty cool. The other thing they've got to do is just touch up that. It's not too bad really, since we've basically destroyed all the walls to get them in. Right, we've hit wood on these, so what we're going to do then, we can either chop really deep and then put a plaster fix box in, or we can chop out the depth of this and then use this to fix a metal box. So we've got two options here. Okay, there's a beautiful void behind here. So just getting it wired up now then. So that'll come along down this one. We'll chop it to length to pop out of here and then all the way around then. We'll extend that ring. There we go, you can't tell me, babe. Look at that. So once you get your socket on, that's all you're going to see then. So that's what we did earlier. That's looking nice. So a little bit of chip on that side, but not too bad. So we've got to absolutely destroy the walls. So that's them cables in, those cables in, those cables in. So if you remember how sockets are wired, from the fuse board, the cable goes out, so every socket and back. So what we've done then, this is the socket ring. So we've taken one cable to the first position, and then a cable out to the next one, and then back, which is one of these. So there we go, that's extending the ring. Yeah, right, cable's ready, one's back in. So we'll get this second fix now. that's the sockets on, looking lovely. So last connection then. Let's get these sockets live then. So we're gonna bang those three into one. And then that'll be the ring and the radial going off over there behind me. And there we go, that's the story of the invisible sockets and the goats. Hello goatie. Oh yeah. Got a llama too. A three. It's mad this place, isn't it? What are you doing? What are you doing? Hello. So, hopefully you enjoy this kind of content. If you have, then hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the little bell notification so you know when we next upload. So as always, have a good one from me, and we'll see you on the next one.